What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another figure review. So today I want to take a look at really the first figure I've reviewed from the Godzilla NECA line. So this is the Godzilla Tokyo SOS. This was a film from 2003 based on the Godzilla franchise. So really my purpose in purchasing this figure is I wanted the Godzilla to pose with my new NECA King Kong figure. If you haven't saw the King Kong review, check that out. I'll throw a link up above. But I wanted to find a Godzilla figure that was big enough to scale and look decently scaled beside of King Kong. Kong is a larger figure than most of the Godzilla figures out there. This figure was recommended by one of my YouTube subscribers. So I appreciate, again, that's just where your guys' feedback is important to me. I really enjoy that conversation with you guys in the comments. So always feel free to comment down below any of your thoughts and feelings on something I'm reviewing, or something going on in the toy world at the time. I enjoy those conversations, but through those conversations I was kind of pointed in the direction of the Godzilla Tokyo SOS as potentially being one of the larger NECA Godzilla figures. So we're going to see what that looks like as far as scale with the King Kong figure later on in the video, but right now let's go ahead and take a look at the figure that we have in front of us. So looks like what we've got is just some promotional pictures and artwork from the movie itself, from that Godzilla movie from 2003. As we see with most of the Godzilla figures that NECA puts out, we kind of have this flat box here that opens up and gives us a nice product image of the actual figure here, and a nice window box showing the figure itself. It does have a little bit of Velcro here, which will keep the box closed as it sits on the shelf, spinning on around. It's got some more promotional images from the video, or from the movie. Spinning on to the back, we've got promotional pictures of the actual figure. It says down below here, Godzilla awakens at the bottom of the sea 1 year after surviving a vicious battle against NECA Godzilla. Now bearing an enormous scar from the battle, Godzilla makes landfall again. As NECA Godzilla is prepared to defend Japan once more, Mothra and the Shobijin, that I really don't know. I'm not very up on the Godzilla lore, so you can correct me in the comments on that, appear and offer a vital clue to the reason why Godzilla continues to attack. Now the government must make a crucial decision: follow the Shobijin order or battle both Mothra and Godzilla. So I'm sure I butchered that word there, but kind of gives you a little bit of backstory on where this movie is and what it was about. And then again, same artwork that we had on the other side of the box. Let's go ahead and break out our Godzilla and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got our Godzilla out of its packaging and here on our review table, looking very nice. So this is the first Godzilla figure I've reviewed on my channel, and it may be the last. From what I understand, and you guys can comment below, I'm sure there's a lot of you that know a lot more about Godzilla than I do. From what I understand, NECA no longer has the license for Godzilla. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I don't know that they're making any more. So if the line doesn't continue, I will probably just go with the one Godzilla, match him up with my King Kong. That'll kind of be my display for those two guys. But let's look right on into the figure and talk about some of the articulation for this guy. So we've got articulation here in the jaw area. So that is able to go up and down. The head itself here is able to swivel. We can get that head to look up. We can get that head to look down some. He does have articulation here kind of at the base of his neck / top of his chest. So that is able to articulate around a little bit. It's a little bit hindered, but it can do it. You can see there that they've kind of put a little bit of a soft plastic here at the bottom of it. So it allows it that articulation, that movement. Here in the arms, we're able to slightly move those shoulder joints around some, not a whole lot. We can get the arms to go ahead and rotate a full 360. We do have articulation here in this elbow. It looks like we could almost get it to a 90 degree if it wasn't hindered by this chest area. That's got a large chest here. So it hinders it slightly, getting it to a 90 degree, but it comes close. That will swivel there as well. So able to swivel that at the elbow. And then here in the wrist, We're able to get a full 360 there at the wrist, and then articulation back and forth, as well as some articulation here. The fingers, he has 1, 2, 3 fingers here, and those are able to articulate there. So really nice articulation for this guy. We have another hinge here in the kind of the abdominal area, I guess you could call that, for Godzilla. It swivels very nicely back and forth. In fact, you can see we can get the full 360 on it. Moving on down to these legs here. I can get the legs to come out slightly to that area there, but not a lot. I highly doubt that the intention is for really the splits for Godzilla, but they will move forward and back some. You can see that. You could really get them, I guess, all the way up and around. Yeah. So good articulation there in the hip area. Here in the knee, we can get not quite 90 degree on that, but it has a nice ratchet there. So that I love ratchets when we're talking about articulation. That's always a good thing. And then here in the ankle area, a little bit down, forward, a little side to side. But again, you know, you're not really going to have Godzilla necessarily in dynamic poses. You know, I would not think. Coming on back, there's a ton of articulation in this tail. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of articulation in this tail. That is phenomenal. So you can see that, you know, you can really get that tail to wrap around looking nice. It does have a bendy wire here at the end. So this is all hard plastic up to this point, and then it softens out and you've got that bendy wire. So really nice job by NECA there on that. We'll go ahead and pull him in for a little bit closer view. Okay, pull Godzilla in here just so we can take a close-up look at this face sculpt. I got a little bit of kind of paint mess or paint flaw here just around the nose area. That can come off. I'll see what I can do with it. But looks good nonetheless. You can see there nice paint on the eyeballs. Teeth are painted well. Nice paint there inside the mouth on the tongue. Got a glossy finish to kind of give that tongue a wet look. Looks really good. And then as you move on down the figure, just kind of that scaly lizard almost look. Real good job here on the spikes. Looks really nice. I think NECA did a good job here on this, and I'm sure they have other Godzilla figures that look as nice or maybe even better. I was really just going for something to fit in with the King Kong figure. So let's stand this guy up as tall and as nice and straight as we can. And I want to do a measurement here on him. So we'll go ahead and pull our tape out. So he's about 7.5 inches to the top of his head there. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull out our Godzilla figure and see what we got. All right, so you can see Godzilla standing slightly taller. I would say Godzilla is probably just under 8 inches tall. And I don't even really have him standing straight up and down. You can see here, he actually stands a little better with a kind of a staggered stance like that. So if this is the biggest Godzilla I can find, it's what I got to go with. I think they look good together here, especially if I can get King Kong kind of a little more maybe a crouched position to kind of not look so tall. You would imagine that King Kong would be bulky, big and bulky as compared to even Godzilla's upper torso. So I think all that matches up. Just have to play around with him a little bit, maybe get him in a little more of a hunched over position to kind of bring his height down just a hair. I think overall NECA did a great job with this figure. I think they're going to look good on my shelf. I love that they gave this articulation so that I can fit him on the shelf without taking up so much room. That tail is extremely long. Let's see, I would say The tail is definitely longer than he is, so you're looking at about a 10 to 11 inch tail there. So it's definitely on the longer side, but I really like it. Let me know what you guys think of this scale comparison to these two guys. Look like they'll fit in well together on my shelf. What's your thoughts? Do you have them both? Who do you pose your King Kong figure with if you pose him with a Godzilla? Which version? We'd love to hear from you guys. Hit that like button, helps this video get shared so other people can find it. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We'd love to have you as part of the Man Cave Collectibles team. Until next time, hope you guys have a good rest of your week.